Good morning, guys. Welcome back to our channel. Eddie, you want to say hello? Eddie's here today. Eddie, you're facing the wrong way. Your fans are this way. In today's video, I want to show you all 3 basic crochet stitches. Once you learn these stitches, you'll be able to start making some really cool stuff, guys. So the 3 basic stitches I want to teach you are the single crochet stitch, the double crochet stitch, and the triple or treble crochet stitch. I'm going to go do some crochet now, Eddie. You want to say goodbye to everyone? You want to say goodbye to me at least? So rude. First, we're going to start off with a slip knot. So for those of you that have been following my previous tutorials, you would remember that you wrap it around your fingers like this, then bring it behind, under, and then pull it through. And then you're going to want to tighten it around your hook. Now I'm going to do 21 chains. You don't have to, you can do less, you can do 10. I just want to do a longer line so you can see the differences in each of the 3 stitches a lot clearer. So if you remember from my previous videos, you would put the hook to the left under the yarns. The yarn goes over the hook like so and pull it through the loop. That is 1 chain. Repeat that, yarn over, pull it through 2 chains, so to the left and then the yarn over, 3, 4, 5, and then lastly 21. The reason I'm doing 21 is because the 21st one here, we're going to skip that when we go back in that direction and we go second from the hook. Then by the time I finish the last stitch here, that's 20 stitches in total. Now we are going to do the single crochet stitch, which is put your hook in that second chain from the hook like I mentioned. We can't put it in that first one, otherwise it's going to be in the same hole as this thread here, as you can see. So we stick the hook in there like so in the chain, and then we yarn over and pull it through the chain only. Then we're left with 2 loops here. Then we yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops. That is a single crochet stitch, and then we repeat with the next chain, which is this one here. Put your hook in, yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, and repeat. Hook in, yarn over, through the chain only, yarn over, through the 2 loops. I'm not sure if you can tell what it's going to look like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this to the end and we'll come back and you'll be able to see what it looks like. So I'm just coming up to the last chain now. I'm going to show you how to turn your work around. So we repeat the same process in the last chain. Yarn over, pull it through the chain, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. And before we go back the other way, we're just going to do 1 chain, 1 for single crochet stitch, and then we turn it over, and I'm going to go back the other way with the single crochet stitch before we continue with the double crochet stitch. So you can kind of see the chains are kind of facing backwards there a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to stick it right under the whole thing like that this time, okay, instead of the single piece like we did on the first row because we had no choice. We're going to go under the entire chain like that and still second from the hook. That single chain we just done is this one here. It allows us to skip the first one because we can't go through the same hole, remember, and then continue at the beginning of the actual row, which is here. Same process, yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, and then through the entire chain again, right under the V, whatever you would want to call it, yarn over, pull it through the chain, yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, and we continue this until we get to the other side. And I'm going to meet you on the other side and we'll come back then. Once again, I have the last chain and you can see it right there. Same process. Yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through both loops. We are now at the end. Because we are going to start the double crochet stitch now, we're going to do 2 chains. So 1, 2 before we continue the row that way, because instead of going second from the hook, we're going to go third from the hook. That means this short chain that we made with the 2 chains, it's kind of going to replicate the double crochet stitch just for the end of our work. If that makes any sense, you shall see what I mean. So to start off the double crochet stitch, we yarn over the hook like that, and it kind of looks like we have 2 loops on the hook now, 2 for double, right? And then we stick our hook into the 3rd chain from the hook, which is the beginning of our project here, right here. We yarn over, pull it through the chain only, and we are left with 3 loops on the hook. Then we yarn over and pull it through 2 of the loops only, and we have 2 left. We yarn over again, pull it through the last 2. That is a double crochet stitch, and we repeat for the next chain. Yarn over, put it through the next chain under the entire V like so. Yarn over, pull it through the chain, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. And I'll show you one more time, and we'll repeat that to the end of the entire row. Yarn over, under the chain like that, yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. You can kind of see the pattern already. So one row of double crochet stitch is roughly the same thickness as 2 rows of the single crochet stitch. And then when we get to the triple crochet stitch, you're going to see that it's going to be even longer. Anyway, I'm going to finish this row of double crochet stitches and we'll come back. We are back for the last chain once again. Just repeat through the last chain there, yarn over, through the chain, yarn over, through 2 loops only, yarn over, through the last 2 loops. That finishes off the end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second row of the double crochet stitch so you can kind of see it a little better. To continue with the next row, we chain 2 because we're doing double, right? 2 is for double. 1, 2, then we yarn over the hook, pop your hook through the 3rd chain from the hook, which is the beginning of our work here, yarn over, pull it through the chain, yarn over through 2 loops only, yarn over through the last 2 loops, and then we continue the rest of the row in exactly the same way. And I'll meet you on the other side for our 3rd and final stitch, which is the triple crochet stitch. Once again, I've come up to the last chain here in the row, exactly the same process. And now we are going to do 3 chains to begin the triple crochet stitch. 3 for triple, right? 1, 2, 3. Turn our work over and we go 4th chain from the hook now. So if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is the very first chain at the beginning of our work. This chain here, once again, kind of replicates the height, size of the triple crochet stitch, so it matches our row and makes our work even. And to do that, we wrap the yarn over the hook twice. 1, 2. So now it looks like there's 3 loops on our hook. 3 for triple, right? And we stick our hook in that chain we just spoke of there, the 4th one from the hook. We yarn over, pull it through the chain only. You are now left with 4 loops. Yarn over, pull it through 2 of the loops only. Yarn over again, pull it through the next 2 loops only. And we have 2 loops left. and then we do it one more time. Yarn over, pull it through the remaining 2 loops. That is our triple crochet. Let's do it one more time together. Yarn over twice, stick it through the next chain, yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over again, pull it through the next 2 loops only, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. Let's do it together just one more time. So wrap it around twice, or yarn over twice around the hook, stick it through the next chain here, yarn over, pull it through the chain only, yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops only, yarn over, pull it through the next 2 loops again, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. And that's it. As you can see, the height is getting bigger for each different stitches. I'm going to repeat that till I get, till I get to the end of the row, and we shall come back. Coming up to the last chain once again. There we have it, guys. That's 2 rows of the single crochet stitch here. That's the stitch that I used to make my plushies. That's 2 rows of the double crochet stitch here. And then that's 1 row of the triple crochet stitch. But I'm going to do another row so you can compare the size a lot better. Once again, we start off with 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Wrap it around your hook twice through the 4th chain from the hook. Pull it back through, yarn over through 2 loops only, yarn over through the next 2 loops only, yarn over through the last 2 loops, and repeat till we get to the end of the row once again. Once again, coming up to the last chain right here. It's a little hard to see sometimes, the last chains, so make sure you don't miss it. Because I'm not going to continue, I'm just going to end the work here. So we're not going to do those extra chains. We're going to cut the yarn, and then we're going to yarn over the hook like that and pull it right through that loop and pull it tight. That's it. Look at the differences in the stitches. Let me move that so you can see a little bit better. You can see the height differences. That's 2 rows of the triple crochet, that's 2 rows of the double, that's 2 rows of the single stitch. You can see which is going to be a lot quicker to work with when you're making stuff. It's obviously going to be the triple crochet stitch. But this style of stitch, you can see it's a lot holier, so that might look really nice for a cardigan or a top or something. This single crochet stitch is what I use to make the plushies because it's nice and tight, as you can see. The stuffing is not going to be able to come through or be seen, but each stitch is beautiful in its own way. I hope you like that tutorial, guys. Now that you can make these 3 stitches, you should easily be able to make yourself a scarf to get through this Australian winter we got going on now. Eddie's in the bathroom sleeping at the moment, so we're just going to let him be. I hope you like my tutorial, and I hope that it encourages you to give it a go. I think these stitches are just so pretty, and the cool thing is if you use different size hooks, you're going to get a slightly different effect, and if you use different yarns, you're also going to get a slightly different effect. Simply by learning these 3 basic stitches, you're going to be able to understand a lot more sort of new patterns that you can do with these stitches. For example, you can do the double crochet stitch the normal way and you get this nice, conformative, is that the word? Like up and down effect the whole way. Or in some patterns you'll learn that you might do 2 double crochet stitches in the one chain and then miss that next chain and then do 2 in the following chain, and it gives it sort of like a triangle effect as you're working across, and it's so pretty. Of course, there's so much more you can do with these, and I'm still learning myself. So as I'm learning, I'd love to teach you guys, because I really want to encourage others to have a go at crochet, because it has some really healing effects that has benefited me, and I hope that it can benefit other people. Anyway, I don't want to ramble. I'm going to end the video here. Hope you like my tutorial. Thanks heaps for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.